Last War fans, Dirk Diggler here with you, and we got a request from a player on the server to take a look at his squads, his heroes, and his gear. So we're going to do that. I asked him to send me snapshots of that information via Discord, which he did. So let's, without further ado, take a look at Discord and see what he sent, and we will go from there. Okay, he sent me pictures of the heroes, his squads, his gear, like I said. First thing we're going to look at is his heroes, or are his heroes. Let's use some decent grammar here for the young kids out there. Okay. He's obviously has his heir as his top squad, which is good. I like it. We need some work here on the stars. You got Carly at 5. Love seeing that. We got to get the rest of these heroes to 5 stars as well. We also need to get their levels up. And in addition, we need to get those skills up as well. I'm not looking at the skills here, obviously, but I'm just going to guess the skills are not maxed. In terms of skill preference, I tend to focus on Diva first. So she was my first hero and heir that I focused on. Then I went to Reaper. Then I went to Shyler. Then I just kind of did these two together. But it's important. You know, Carly has a big impact, so I'm glad you got her at 5 stars. We just really want to work these heroes up. The next is our tank squad. We've got Marshall here. I like to focus on Marshall in the tank squad for a couple reasons. Number one, he's a support hero, provides additional damage capability to the other heroes. But not only that, I use Marshall in every code attack. So I would get Marshall up. Now, something that I noticed is, where the hell is Kimmy? Way down here. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Scuba Steve? That's what I'm calling Deeznuts in Fuzz. Since his name is Steve, I'm calling him Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve, Kimmy should be one of your highest heroes. Her level should be the highest. She should be 5 stars. So this one, I want to see some focus on. I want her to get. You need to go balls out on Kimmy here, buddy. I want Kimmy's level way up. I want her stars, 5 stars. I want her skills done. She should be one of your biggest focuses in terms of heroes. But it's awesome you have all the UR heroes. That's what I love seeing. You know, you're off to a great start alone when you have all 15 of the UR heroes and you can focus on them. But Kimmy, you got to work on her, okay? So we're going to work on Kimmy. So that, for the tank squad, so I would focus on Marshall, then Kimmy, then Stetman, okay? Our damage dealers. I like to focus on those guys. Then you can focus on Murphy and Williams after those. Missile squad, looking good. You've got Tesla as your top guy, which I agree with. I'm doing Tesla and Fiona as my top 2. And then we're going to look at, let's see, Mr. Swift. Yeah, I always leave him at the bottom of the barrel. I don't know why. He gets the least amount of love. So Missile Squad, Tesla, Fiona. I like those guys up front. Okay, now let's take a look at squad layout. So here's our squad layout. It's good. You've got the correct heroes up front and in the back. I shouldn't say correct. I just should say the ones I pick, because, you know, everybody's got their own little theories, their own little configurations. I would swap these two. I would swap your 2 tank heirs. I would swap them. I would put Lucas down here. I'd put Carly up here. I've just done a lot of experimenting with code, with Exploration Quest, and that's the results I've seen for these 2 heroes. Now, for the back, I would modify it slightly. It's not intuitive. It took me a lot of trial and error to figure out the back. It took me code hits. It took me Exploration Quest, but I like Diva down here where Reaper is. I like Shyler in the middle. So you're just going to scooch these 2 down, and you're going to bring Reaper up top. That would be the configuration I would use for that, and I will show you my Exploration Quest as well. That is my layout. 1 second. So if you look in my Exploration Quest, my configuration, here we go. You can see Lucas, top left, Carly, top right, bottom left is Diva, bottom middle, Shyler, bottom right, Reaper. So this is the config I recommend for your air squad. Like I said, I've done extensive testing in Exploration Quest, extensive testing in code, and that's what I came up with. Now, this could be different in PvP. So if you're fighting off another player, for example, in the arena, you know, this may have to be changed. This is just my general baseline configuration that you want to use for that Squad 1 air squad. Okay, back to our Squad 2. Let's take a look at the tank layout. I like what you got here for your front. That's the same thing I have. I got Williams up top. I've got Murph on the bottom. In the back, though, I do have a little different. I like where you have Stetman. That's good. But I would swap Kimmy and Marshall. I would take Marshall to top. I would take Kimmy to middle. And I can even show you on my current code attack how my back row is set up for my tanks. So here is my code squad that I use to take out the code tank. You can see my back row here. I've got Stetman at the bottom. I've got Kimmy at the middle, and I've got Marshall on top. So this is my code 50% tank bonus squad layout that I use, and it's very successful. So I recommend this layout for the back row for your tank squad. Okay, now let's take a look at missile. This is cool. I love you got the fact you got those tanky missile guys up front, which is exactly what I have. In terms of who should be top, who should be bottom, I have not played around with that much yet. I still need to do some work on my missile, so I am not a good one to give you advice on that. For my back, I put who did I put? I put Swift down here. I put Fiona in the middle. I put Tesla on top. So it's basically I'm putting my biggest damage dealer in the middle, my second biggest damage dealer up top. So just take a look at your setup and see if you can follow that. It just seems to work for me in general. Okay, lastly, we're going to look at your gear. I see a lot of yellow gear. I friggin' love it. Yellow gear everywhere. Look at all these railguns you have. That is awesome. Now, what I would do, though, I would select 5 of these guns here. So you got these 30s, you got a couple 20s. I would knock all these up to 40 before you do anything else with the other railguns. Focus on getting 5 railguns up to 40 for your top squad. I want that top squad to be a frigging beast. So that air squad needs all level 40 railguns. Get those Pumas. Get them fired up, baby. Next, you have your armor. Once again, good. You have 5 pieces of yellow armor you're focusing on. That's awesome. You got them on your air squad. I love it. I love it. I love it. Next, it looks like you got your data chip. That's good as well. Your data chip, you want 5 of those. I don't think you're showing all your data chips, which is fine. But you want 5 yellow data chips maxed for your first squad. So first, I max the guns, then I max the data chip, and then I slowly max the radar as well as the armor. So radar and armor last. I play aggressive, so I like to have those guns and the chips that provide the damage up front, causing some major havoc. So that's the order I suggested in. Get that first squad, get them all level 40 yellow gear, and then you work on red gear. Get those guns up to red gear first. That's what I did. Maybe that's not the best advice. I don't know, but it worked for me. It seems to work pretty well. Anyhow, Scuba Steve, this was your personalized video for what you are currently doing. You are doing an amazing job here. You have some great heroes. You got all those UR heroes. Love to see it. My one thing that made me cry a little was Kimmy. She was just lacking. It's like you skipped her. It's like she's the unwanted stepchild or something. Anyhow, let's bring Kimmy back into the family. Let's get her up to max level. Let's get her skills up. Let's get her stars up. So that's what I want to see for Kimmy the next time you send me some pics. Other than that, love it. You're doing a great job. This is Dirk Diggler, Last War. Have a good one.